Hey, it's Dr. O. The following is my path to medicine. So I grew up in a really small town in the northwest part of the state, and my parents were factory workers, and they always told us kids to, I have 3 siblings, they always told us kids to always try hard in school because they didn't want us to have to settle for being factory workers. If that's something we wanted to do, then great, but they wanted us to have every opportunity to do whatever we wanted. So I always tried hard in school, and I did well. By my senior year, I was valedictorian of my class, and I was also state champ in cross country in the small school division. And I got a lot of interest from college programs and went on a few recruiting visits. I had always planned on going to our famous state school that we all cheer for the football team for, and I ended up actually getting accepted into an Ivy League school. And my parents and I went back and forth about what to do, and finally decided that it's not every day somebody gets accepted into an Ivy League school. So I ended up going there, and I had planned on going on the pre-medicine track to go into medicine, but freshman chemistry there slapped me around a little bit, and I figured that I'd never be able to get into med school with the grades I got in that chemistry, in those 2 chemistry classes. So I ended up getting off that track and ended up majoring in economics because it seemed practical. Anybody can utilize an economics degree, I felt. So I ended up getting a degree in that. And then I decided to give the medicine track another try, but I was done it in college. So I actually ended up going to that state school that I originally wanted to go to, and I did all my pre-med classes in a year. I got much better grades, and then went to work at an outpatient pharmacy while I was studying for the MCAT and tried to get into medical school. So I took the MCAT the first time, and it was too early. Back then it only was given twice a year, and I took it before I was ready, but I wanted to try to speed things along. So I took the MCAT the first time, didn't get a very good score, so I had to wait until the next, would have been 4 months later, until the summer, the end of the summer. So I took the MCAT again there, and at the very end of the first section, I had read the last question. I went to fill in my bubbles, and I filled in my bubble, and there was 1 bubble left. So somewhere earlier in the testing, I had skipped over a space, and I was out of questions, and there was only like so many minutes left, so I totally bombed that section. So discouraged, I decided to give it one more shot, and I took it a third and final time, and I finally got a score that was high enough that some med schools gave me some interviews. So the local med school here ended up accepting me, the first school to do so. So I ended up coming here, and I've been here ever since. And if it hadn't been for determination and the unwillingness to give up, I never would have found myself in medicine. I never would have been the doctor I am today, or a doctor at all, for that matter. So I'm thankful all the time that I've got patients who trust me with their care, and that I decided to stick with it and try to achieve this dream. And that's a brief little rundown of how I got to be where I am. We'll talk to you later. See ya.